What I have noticed is that the online viewing on Facebook peaks the live online viewing when Pat Pagano is on the air. So that means I think people tune in around this time to listen to the sage, wonderful advice of Pat Pagano, because our high mark for the people watching live is always right around this time. So, Pat, I think you are a radio magnet.
Well, that's nice. I'm glad to hear that, and I thank everybody for tuning in. We try to make it, Marshall and I try to make it as entertaining as possible, but when the going gets tough, the tough get going. So when it's serious, we have to be serious. And now we can be a little bit on the light side because the storm is gone. In the wake, it'll be partly to mostly sunny today with a high of 40, and tonight it clouds up in the low 30s. Now, there is not a storm on Friday, it's a front. And the front will be moving in, giving us some periods of rain. And most of which are going to be light. And the highs tomorrow in the mid 40s. Now, behind the front, let's just call it cloudy to partly cloudy Saturday. So there'll be some sunshine, 35 to 40. Sunny to partly cloudy Sunday, mid 30s. Here we go, Marshall. There is going to be a series of lows coming at us from the southern plains. It is anybody's guess which will affect us and which will not, and timing. You should see. If I were to take every model that I have at this weather center and use it, just what it's saying, starting Saturday, I would have precip in the forecast from this Saturday to next Thursday.
Well, I'm looking out the window now, and I see red sky.
Right. Well, we don't have a problem for today.
Red sky and morning. Sailor
Sailor
warning.
take warning. Yeah. Well, I don't think there's going to be a problem today at all. The problem is again, the modeling is all over the place. Now, I tend to go along with the European model, and the European model right now is not forecasting any precipitation for us until the earliest Wednesday of next week. On the other hand, the Canadian says we could probably get a little snow Saturday, again on Monday, and then Wednesday into Thursday. The GFS model is saying
new or old?
Both of them, they're in agreement. Thank God. They are saying that Saturday's okay. Later Sunday into Monday, we could have snow or a wintry mix, and then again Wednesday late into Thursday. But I have seen swings on the new model. Now, that new model is expected to be implemented somewhere between April and June. And I sure hope that they continue to tweak it, because the swings that I see this morning are just incredible. I looked at one, and this is for like the last week of February.
Yeah.
And this was last night's run. Showed a very strong cold front coming through the Great Lakes, rain ahead of it, and a change to snow behind it. And I said, wow, look at that. And there was a lot of thickness lines there, which means the temperature would be a very sharp drop off like we had 2 weeks ago. So now the new run comes out. There's nothing over the Great Lakes. There's no front, there's nothing. There's a front stalled over the southeast with rain. Low temperatures for yesterday.
Yes.
Did you see how cold it is in South Central Canada and Southwest Canada?
It's worst Siberian cold.
Exactly. All I could say, folks, you have cold air like that, and it's snow cover up there. So that cold air in pieces will be coming down. Just like I told you back in January, mid-February to mid-March, there will be surges of Arctic air and more storminess. And we are starting to see more storminess, and you'll watch. Those surges have to come in there. Where there is cold air in Canada, it's going to eventually bleed into the United States.
Now, the bad thing about the weather we're having yesterday is it warmed up, okay?
Right.
And then if like where I live, The plow guy came in and plowed. Okay, and it's a dirt parking area, so
Right.
so not all the snow gets picked up. Well, it melts a little and then it froze over, and it's like an ice skating rink. People have, and people have to watch out for that in our area this morning, because wherever that snow was pushed down by a plow, if it wasn't completely melted away, it's refrozen, and it's more like really pond ice now. Very slippery, very slippery.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with February, and it's also a problem in March because the warm sun in March does the same thing after a snowstorm, begins to melt everything, and then if it gets cold at night, everything refreezes. So that is one of the pitfalls of going from winter into early spring, especially here in New England. See, down south, they don't have to worry about that.
No, I don't worry
Right.
about anything down south. What they worry about down south is us Northerners.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, you're right there. And that's it. Everything's moving along fine. The movie is completely done. It's all burned, and the tribute is done. I have part one and part two. I have all the copies made. Now on part two, I have to put them through the printer for the labeling, and I still have yet to make copies for the tribute, but that's only 13 minutes long, so it should go relatively quick.
All right, so now what are you doing for Valentine's Day?
Not much. I'm going to yoga.
That's it. Is your Valentine's teacher a woman? I mean, your
Yes.
yoga.
Yes, she is.
Are you going to send her a Valentine's card?
I don't know. What do you think?
I
I
think
mean,
you
she's
should.
married,
Instead of "Would you be my Valentine's,"
right?
just put "Yoga be my Valentine."
I mean, I never thought of that, but
You know,
yeah.
if you give her a Valentine's card,
Either a
Pat.
Valentine's card or pick up one of those small
Better-
little candy hearts.
better yet, pick up a blank card. It's a Valentine's card, have hearts on it. And sign the card. I bent over backwards to get this card for you.
That's a cute one.
The yoga has helped me bend over backwards, and I went and got this card for you.
That's a great idea, Marshall. Thank you.
Just get that. Just get that. Around here, I work with nothing but women around here.
Right.
Nothing but women in this building. And what they're going to get from me is a happy Valentine's Day. That's it.
Oh, I thought you were going to go out and get them all gift cards.
Oh no.
Oh,
Gift cards. That's just no. That's once a year.
that's what you.
That's Christmas. That's Christmas. Not going to do that for Valentine's Day. As a kid, I never liked even going into Valentine's and bringing those goofy, stupid little hearts that had messages on them.
They don't have them anymore. That company went out of business.
They're going to be back next year.
Ah, Marshall's up on it.
They're going to be back next year. But I could never stand going in and trading Valentines with my classmates.
Right.
Now,
And I didn't care for those candies anyhow.
well, what I would do, that this would be a big surprise, seeing as I'm overweight. I would eat the candies on the way into school, and I wouldn't trade them.
That's funny. So you ate them. Yeah, they
ate
were a
them.
little too sweet for me.
I did the only ones I didn't like were the white ones because they tasted too much like mint. But I loved the pink ones and I loved the brown ones and
There's yellow and green.
yeah, those were fine. But the white ones were the mint, and it was like horrible. All right, well that's enough trip down the
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody, and Pat, we'll check with you tomorrow.
That sounds great. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Pat Pagano this morning in the Weather Center with a check on our tri-state forecast and a happy Valentine's.